What's up?
What's up?
I'm up.
How's it going, everybody?
Buddy?
Can you guys see if we're live on Facebook?
I just got a ding. I'm guessing that's.
Said we were.
It says we are.
Says we are.
I don't see us.
Hello, everybody. How are
Well,
you?
A
Happy
little
Monday.
delay, but yes.
Yeah. It's always a little bit
There
behind.
we go.
Oh,
There we go. I turned it down.
hello. Happy Monday to everybody. Welcome. John Pierce, my other self. Spilt Paint, Silver Bull. John Pierce. Welcome. John Pierce, my other self. Spilt Paint, Silver Bull. John Pierce. Welcome me. John Pierce. That was me.
I was like, what is that?
Hang on.
Exactly.
I need to find out where it's at. Let me close. I'm just going to close Facebook out. One moment. Okay, sorry about that.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
We all get one, Paula. I had mine a couple weeks ago.
Sorry. I'm not used to this whole Facebook thing. I could watch it over here. Let me put it over here.
Multi-stream.
Let's see.
I got it on my phone.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Glad to see everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Oh, now I see it. Okay. There. Oh, I see Red. Red's in the chat. Yo. What's up? So, yeah, welcome. Let's say hi. Get back to saying hi to everybody. Angie, Patrick Pemberton, Daniel Baker. Ruby Red, Atog, hello. Stonecutter, my chat just bounced. Coinquester, Mark Coins, Country Gal. Oh my gosh. There's some new names in here. Eunice, hello. Always wanting more silver. Dave Carlisle, Dave's not here. Don't ask, don't tell. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our Monday night just hang out with you guys stream. We used to do a bi-week, you guys know, at the last Monday of the month, but now we decided that we're just going to dedicate the last Monday of the month to you guys and take your questions and hang out. And
what's the new name?
The Cram.
The Cram. That's right.
The Cram. That's right. Sean calls it the Cram sessions. We're going to cram information right down your throats.
Right.
You will learn. And we're gonna, but you're gonna like it. You'll like it, and you'll come back for more.
We're not showing coins, but all those questions that you've been thinking about asking somebody, there is no stupid question. We will answer it. This is the time because everybody else in chat's probably thinking the same thing.
Yep. I have a couple topics that I'm going to go over tonight with you guys that was requested by John Pierce. So hopefully I won't confuse you too much because, I'm going to try to keep things simple, but my brain doesn't think that way. So I need to filter those other thoughts out. And I'm kind of hoping that maybe Maria from Coneca might be watching us tonight. If you are, hi, Maria. So speaking of that, I'm going to go over a couple of the normal things that we go over with you guys before we even get started. We encourage everybody to join the ANA, the American Numismatic Association. That is our national coin club. There are all kinds of benefits and perks to being a member of the ANA. Two of the biggest ones is that you get a magazine and you get to submit your coins to NGC without having to buy a separate NGC membership. So that those are two great perks. Second club, I really want to encourage you guys. I'm going to be really pushing this because Coneca they're trying to get to 1,000 members. So we're really going to do a push for them. And the membership is not expensive, you guys. And I'll show you. This is the magazine that you get with your membership. So these Aeroscope publications are amazing. So you get there. If you guys can go check out, if somebody can put their link, I actually pinned their link to the top of our chat. So I think it's $25 for a membership, for an adult membership per year. And like I said, it's the combined organization of Numismatic Error Collectors of America. So they also are the ones that we send you guys to if you have a new variety or an error that you want examined. They are the ones that do that for you. So formerly known as Variety Vista. That is another site that you guys use a lot to attribute your coins. So this is another way to support that and support them. It's really important. So think about it, you guys, and if you know other people that collect errors and varieties, kind of try to do a little promo for them. If you do join, they ask you how you heard about them. Just let them know that the Live Coin Q&A sent you. I am going to start whenever I get these magazines, because they have new members lists in here.
And they actually put Live Coin Q&A as a.
So they have membership news in here, and it will have the person who joined and then where they heard. So I'm going to start reading off names when I get my magazine and I see that a Live Coin Q&A, someone has joined and we referred you. I'm going to start recognizing you guys. So and just saying thank you for doing that. So yeah, and like I said, this magazine I love these.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is. All right, and it's a super easy thing, membership to get. So yeah,
I always get these interesting stamps on the envelope.
Nice, Marianne. Thank you so much for doing that. Appreciate it. You get what?
Interesting stamps.
When you first join up, they are going to send you a variety, usually a double die or a RPM. So you will actually get a variety, which is really cool.
Nice, crispy. That's
Wow.
awesome.
So Crispy sold his coin for $21.50.
Who did?
Nice.
Crispy?
Yeah, that's
Beauty.
2005 SP70.
What was it?
The SP70 2005 Lincoln cent.
Oh, so
it was
they had on
GreatCollections. How much did you sell it for?
$21.50.
Nice.
Pretty good.
That's
Congrats.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Vegas, here we come.
Congratulations.
That money be gone in like 2 days.
They do come in an envelope.
Oh, God.
They do.
What comes in?
Magazines.
The magazines, yes. Mm-hmm.
Big
they come
envelope.
in a big envelope.
Hey, James.
So yeah, and there's all kinds of other programs and stuff too. So just check out their website. Like I said, it's pinned at the top. Member for 3 years, had a coin looked at by Jason Cuvier, and he put my coin in that magazine. Fantastic, Frank. Do you know what? If you can remember the month and you know, because it's like I think it's like a 2 month, like May to June or something like that, May to July. If you can remember which one it was in, shoot me an email and I will pull that up. I'll probably do it from the digital version instead of trying to dig through all my magazines, but I'll pull that up and we'll put it in the show. That'd be awesome.
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 I did see that, Joe. Thank you for thinking.
So anyway, so yeah, let's get Koneka to 1,000 members. That would be awesome. All right.
So Ant's got a question for us.
Who?
Ant. And he's asking what everybody's opinion of the flash sale NGC membership is.
Join ANA. Join the ANA. You get a twofer.
Right, because you could keep their grading.
You get a twofer with the ANA.
With the NGC.
NGC also has upgraded coin imaging. So They're trying to compete with looks like PCGS TrueView.
TrueView. Yeah.
Well, Adam or Shannon, one of those guys, are going to talk a little bit about NGC later. It wasn't my idea. Blame Shannon.
NGC.
And
But you use it.
Yes, it
You
was my
use it all the time, Adam, and Shannon's just learning to use it. So,
Yep.
They're talking about for Variety Plus, for NGC's Variety Plus. I'm teaching you guys how to navigate through that and showing you guys how to look for what NGC, what varieties NGC will attribute. So, what were you going to say, Shay?
A few minutes ago they were talking about Annex, and they're one of the most accessible companies that do this, because they're almost at every local show you can go to. Yeah. It's always great because you save on shipping, and they have 10 for $12 deals, and I don't know, last year, I don't know what they're up to right now.
They haven't been having a whole lot of specials. I don't know why that is. Maybe they're trying to cut back on the grading and stuff, because maybe they were
getting $12 or whatever, right?
Special
usually.
And I, if you guys are first time submitters, it's always a good one, because it's just going to cost you less if you make a mistake.
That's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean,
they're getting better and better all the time.
Think about you submitting 10 coins at $35 to $50 each versus 10 coins at $10 to $12 each.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
Well, if you guys don't have anything more right now, I'm just going to real quick go over a couple things that John Pierce asked about.
Sure. Rock on.
So John Pierce asked, he had a really good question this morning on Ida Herring's morning coffee shop morning show. He wanted to know what the difference between an error and a variety is. Because you guys know, if you've watched long enough, I'm kind of a stickler for terms. Certain terms are not interchangeable, like die chip and die cud. That people use them interchangeably, but they're not the same. Same with error and variety.
Different animal.
So I'm going to try to make it real simple. I'm gonna reiterate to you guys.
Sure.
Learn the mental. I know I am. My brain. It's really hard to. I scroll. It's really hard to rein my thoughts in, but I'm going to do the best I can.
We'll poke holes from the shooting gallery here as you try to do it simply.
I know. If you would just shut up, I could get through it.
This is an age-old debate.
I've already lost my train of thought. Thank you very much.
Train of thought, jump the track.
Just knock her off balance just a little bit.
How fast is that thing going?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So first, I'm going to reiterate to you guys: learn the minting process. It's absolutely essential that if you are going to collect errors and varieties and be able to identify them, you have to have at least a base knowledge of how things are done and what can and what cannot happen at the mint. So simple explanation for the difference between varieties and errors. Variety happens during the creation of the die. And the die is what is used to strike the coins. So it's either intentional or unintentional, but it is any change that a variant in the normal design, the intended design on the die itself, on the initial creation of the die. So every coin that die strikes will have that variety, whether it's an RPM or a doubled die. That variety is already on that die before it ever strikes a planchet. So it repeats. That specific die will repeat every single time. So errors are a little bit more complicated. There are three basic types of errors, three basic processes during the minting process that errors can happen. And if you just remember, like mint marks, like Philly, Denver, and San Francisco, it's P, D, and S, planchet, die, and strike. Okay. So planchet errors can happen any time from when the metal is mixed and those metal coils are created. Can happen anytime during the creation of the planchet. Can be improper alloy mix, inclusion, clip planchets, things like that. So that's a planchet error. The die errors are things like die clashes, color clashes, things like that. Okay, that happen on the die during the striking process. So it's not on the die during the creation; it happens to the die during the striking process. And then the strike errors, which are off centers. Come on, broad strikes, things like that, the errors that happen during the striking process. So if you just remember that varieties are on the die itself and happen during the initial creation, it's a variant from what was intended, the intended design on the die.
If you think of it as doubled die, it's a doubled die. It's not a doubled coin. We don't say double coin.
And yeah, because there are double strikes and there are double dies, and they are two different things. A double strike would be, and there's no D on the end of double strike, would be during the strike. So and always put a D on the end when you say doubled die. It is a D, doubled die.
Double die.
Okay. Can I throw a curveball?
A lot of people answer double die on the questionnaire for Facebook.
Okay. Master die doubling and working hub doubling.
What about those?
Variety or error?
No, those are technically varieties because they happen during the initial creation of the die. They are just not. They are not varieties that will make you any money.
They're not uncommon varieties.
They're very, very common.
The Keebler is very uncommon.
Yeah, they are very common. They happen way up in the chain of events, so that's where you're learning the minting process can help you, learning how dies are created. There's a chain.
And so John Pierce asked about a die dent. So this is
die dent is
the die hasn't made it to the chamber necessarily yet, but it gets damaged or something on the way.
But it doesn't have, that's die. So that happens. Die dents can happen during the striking.
Yeah.
But they usually happen. They are not during the creation of the die. Okay. The die is already created, right? It's already hubbed. The design is already on that die. And then something happens. It gets dropped. Something gets knocked, another die gets dropped on it. Something happens and it's damaged.
The die. Oops.
That design is already on that die before that happens. Anything that happens after the initial creation of that die.
How about engraved, re-engraved?
Re-engraved is an intentional variety. It is an intentional change to the original. Crispy mofo.
Oh,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Crispy.
That's amazing. That helps so much. Thank you so much. That's very humbling.
I doffed my cap.
I don't know what to say about that, but thank you very much. Crazy. So re-engraved. Back to Shay's question. Crispy's trying to get me off track now. I'm a little sidetracked. Dad, I got a little sidetracked. That happened during the creation of the die. It was an intentional change.
Sort of like the Wisconsin low leaf and high leaf.
Sorta.
Re-engraved are really common on proof Jefferson nickels and proof Washington quarters.
Yeah.
And even Franklin half dollars proofs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love those. Those are my favorite. I've been hunting
recut hair. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the recut hair. Yeah. And right in front of the eyeball too. Right here at the ridge of the nose.
Thank you so much, Crispy.
There's lots of re-engraved Lincoln cents out there, like the 71.
Oh yeah, the 53, 53 where the vest was.
Yeah.
So does that make sense to you guys? Did I get any? I mean,
you got to talk about the last one. The
striking?
No, you did PD and S. Okay.
Yeah, I did PD and S.
Here's the other curveball. Packaging error, like the
packaging error is just damaged.
Okay. So it hasn't left the mint.
It hasn't left the mint, but
that dispels, right? That dispels. Some people like to use the reason I keep throwing these at her is because these are the ones we've heard over the years as a broad generality definition of what is an error and what is a variety, and almost all of them seem to be wrong, right? There's no single one liner that covers either one of them, right?
Yeah.
People say, "Oh, if it's left the mint, it's an error," or if it happened.
I mean, what if one of the mint workers dropped a coin and stepped on it, but it happened at the mint? That's not a minting error.
Yeah.
The minting process stops at that as soon as that design is squeezed onto that coin or struck onto that coin, and that die, comes back up. That minting process is done. That's why machine doubling is machine doubling damage, because that coin has already been created, that final strike happened, and then there was a little bounce or a little shimmy or a little slide or a little
shimmy, cocoa.
Yeah.
So it's post mint. It's post minting damage.
There you go.
So Petraeus said, "What about large and small date?"
Large and small dates are varieties. They are intentional.
Design varieties.
Some are considered double dies.
Some are considered doubled dies. That's absolutely correct.
Class 3.
The 70 small date over large date. 70S small date over large date is a doubled die. Class 3.
60.
DeQuan said he has a
43 over 42.
Has a 1975D silver penny that weighs 3.19. What do you think that might be? Silver plated?
75D silver, yeah.
It's a little
plated. It's plated. If it's too heavy to be struck on a dime planchet.
Yeah.
It's plated. Yeah, they did that a lot. Tried to fool people, into thinking they had some, something special. A silver.
There's a Superbird comment.
Superbird.
Superbird, where? Oh.
Yeah, the Superbird's a funny one, right? They're not exactly sure how that happened. So is it a piece of lint that was hubbed into, was it a
that was the year that Superman came out?
That's a rumor.
No, it is exactly.
How will they ever prove any of this stuff? Unless
I'm just saying it makes a lot of sense.
It does. But so does a piece of lint being hubbed in between the hub and die and a little bit. It's a little S in it. I don't know. I'm a skeptic.
How did it get that diamond and the red and the blue and everything?
Oh my gosh, whatever. And the cape on it.
And the cape on it. So James asked, how much difference is there in price between a cud and a pre-cud?
Typically, full-blown cuds have more value. Typically.
One's just an earlier state of the other,
Yeah. Yep. One is just right before that chunk is going to fall out, unless they catch it and remove the dye. Sometimes they catch it and the dye is removed and it never turns into a cut. So.
Yeah, just make sure you still have lateral, horizontal movement on those.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them called pre-cuds, but they're
rim to rim cracks that they will call. So another thing that John Pierce wanted, because I was talking about a lot of people bring up that cherry pickers guides are so expensive, super expensive, right? And everybody's waiting for the new one to come out, and we've been waiting for what, 10 years now or something like that. I don't know, but Sean's in there. Sean, isn't the Superbird a breakfast sandwich at Denny's? Asking for a friend.
It's a compliment. It's a side dish to the Grand Slam.
Uh-uh.
I haven't been to Denny's in decades.
It's kind of like the D on the Proof 1962 Franklin too.
Yeah, and like the 5 on the cheek, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, did I go? There we go, the 5 on the cheek. Okay. Anyway, so there is an alternative to owning a cherry picker's guide. Well, there are two. One, you can download the Kindle version, which is super cheap, and use that if you don't mind not having a book in your hand. The second is something I'm going to show you. It's a really, really great resource. Okay. So if you're looking up a variety, so I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to use 1972 Lincoln Cent double dyes as my example. So I want to go find out what a 1972 double dye FS 104 looks like. Okay. Or I want to find out if there's a FS 104, what varieties are on 1972 that are in the cherry picker's guide, if any. Okay, so you've got a 1972 and you're like, gosh, I wonder if there's any cherry pickers varieties on this date. So I'm going to show you what you're going to do.
Just housekeeping real quick. Shannon, are you keeping track of the half a dozen or so questions that came in?
Yeah, I'm putting them in the private chat.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
So first thing you're going to do is you're going to go here to PCGS Coinfacts. And I can't see chat, so if anybody asks anything while I'm doing this, could you guys let me know?
They're calling you names.
You're going to go, oh, well, that's all right. I'm used to it. Just take their names down so I can address them later.
Right on.
PCGS Coinfacts, okay? And you're going to click on Coinfacts. And I'm going to do it over here because I'm trying to click on the screen. Doesn't make any sense. Okay. And you're going to scroll down. See, every coin that you can think of is in here. We're going to go to Lincoln Cent Modern 1959 to date, to current is what it is. We're going to go because we want to look at 1972 fillies. So down here it gives you all kinds of options. It gives you the date range, the copper cents, the zincs, the bicentennials, and then the shields. We're going to click on the coppers. Memorial reverse copper. And I really love this 61 that they used. It's very distracting. Now, we're not going to click on this one here because that one is going to show you the FS 101. But we're going to click on the 72 because we want to know. And I'm going to click on red just because it's going to be easier to identify things. So you also have all of your information down here, your weight, your mintage, your diameter, all that stuff here. But you're going to scroll down a little bit further to this. Show related coins and varieties. And there are 30 for this date. Now, over here, you see dye varieties. And this is showing you all of the cherry pickers varieties in red, brown, and brown, which you really don't, if you're just using it to identify something, you don't really need to worry about that. I always use red just because it's easier to see.
Sometimes if you look at like the red, brown, it helps you look at your coin because you may not have a, one.
Well, it can. Yeah. Yeah.
I have a big glow zebra one. Where does that?
The only thing this is not going to tell you on here is going to be your dye markers. So you're going to have to really rely on your knowledge of being able to match up the doubling on your coin or the variety. We always tell you guys, match the variety first, right? Don't just because it says, oh, there's a dye scratch over there by M. And you have a coin that has a dye scratch by M, it doesn't mean you have the variety. You got to find that variety.
The markers first.
Yep.
So the best one, the best guy with markers is Wexler. You'll find that he does a fine job.
Yes.
That's very true.
Of markers, especially on Lincoln Sense.
And any of these, you will be able to cross-reference once you find. So if you are just looking for dates and the dates that have certain cherry pickers varieties, this is a great thing, because as soon as you find what you're looking for, you can cross-reference it to, if it's Lincoln Cent to Copper Coins, Variety Vista, or Wexler, or any of the other coins to Wexlers and Variety Vista. So once you have this up here, you can enlarge it, and then it gives you this little neat little thing right here.
Magnificator.
Oh no, another thing you can do, which I did not know this for the longest time until I went back and watched an old episode of Live Coin Q&A. If you if you click on the picture, it'll bring up a bigger picture, right?
Yeah.
But without the magnifier. But then if you go to the upper right, there's like a download button.
Wow.
And if you click on that download button.
Well, I have a problem right now because I enlarged it now. I can't get it to, I zoomed in. So
Control minus.
Yes.
Oh, there. How about just that? Or just that?
Or just that. Now click on it again.
Yeah. What am I clicking on?
So click on the picture itself. It brings that up. Now if you go up
here, right there.
Yeah, there's like a download button. If you click on that, then
but I'm not going to do it.
Then it won't. Well, it won't download it. It opens it up in another tab.
But you can right click on the picture itself and just put open image in new tab too, instead of downloading it.
Right. Well, that's what it does. Yeah, it opens it, and now you can zoom in a lot easier, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
So
I hope that helped you guys.
Well, I have something we can add to that. When you're out at a show, sometimes the best thing to do is download the Coinfacts app on your phone, okay? And I've got it. I don't know if you can put me on the screen here.
Yeah.
But I go, probably a glare, I'm sure. Okay, here it is. So you could choose, so I'm going to choose Lincoln Wheat Cents. I'm going to go here. 1909 VDB. And then it's got all these wonderful photos. And you can just go into red.
Oh my.
And then click on it. And then watch this. You could zoom with your fingers. So you could zoom in, check a variety, or you want to get close and check like the condition. So it's been a lifesaver for me for doing coin attributions while I'm, at a show, especially. Because sometimes you're like, is that the variety? I'm like, okay, let me go in and check. And it's just a good thing to be able to kind of check your work if you kind of know varieties in general. So,
thanks. Indigani answered. Christopher asked what FS is. And that's Bill Fiva and JT Stanton. Bill Fiva is still with us. JT is not. He has passed. And they are the ones who came up with the attribution numbers and wrote the cherry pickers guide. And and Bill is still doing it. He is still doing it. In fact, Jeff Stanley is in the Coin Club with Bill Fiva and Trey, little Trey. I don't know if Trey's still. I don't even know what Trey's doing. Since killing it with the Benjis is what he's doing.
He's probably got some high grade, like
killing it with a Franklin
or something.
Yeah, he is. He's killing it. So anyway, I hope that helped you guys. And then if Shannon or Adam want to talk about Variety Plus,
NGC Variety Plus, sure. Let me pull it up.
can you pull it up on a computer, or are you just going to show us on your phone?
I can pull it up on my phone.
Okay.
I was just trying to show you the app.
I know.
Phone.
I know. It's like, what's he doing? What's he looking at there? Oh, that app is great, though.
Yes. I highly recommend anybody get it because it's really
I've seen a lot of
very
dealers.
user friendly.
I've seen a lot of dealers. They have their gray sheet on there. They have this big old tablet, and now they got their gray sheet. They got Variety Plus. They got all this stuff on the big old tablet.
We have some questions in chat. Why he's?
Oh, we've got lots. They're being kept track of so that we can go back and visit with them.
So Chief Stacker had asked, how do you get a D over S RPM if it's from two different mints? I think we've kind of talked about that a little bit before, but isn't that because a die is already punched?
They made a lot of dies in Philadelphia originally, and then sometimes then I can't remember what year, but Denver started making their dies. And if you hit your quota and you still have dies left over, but San Francisco doesn't have enough to cover their quota, well, they end up sending those dies to San Francisco, and they can buff it out and punch it.
They do to get rid of it.
And that's how you get really cool varieties that are worth a lot of money, because most of them are.
Yeah. Thank you. How is Jeff S. doing? He's really active on Facebook. In a lot of the Facebook groups, and especially the Jefferson Nickel. Yeah. Okay, let's add.
Ooh, Tunda.
So you want to tell him what this is?
Okay, so here's this is on NGC's website. It's called Variety Plus. So this is for all their varieties, and this is not just for the United States. As you can see, you can do different countries. Some of them, obviously, the U.S. has the most varieties. I don't think any of these other countries have a whole lot, but very informative, very good information there.
Oh my!
We'll pull up the United States.
Hubba.
And which one do we want to look at here?
Look at that 3 cent.
Look like an eye.
So let's go into cents. Let's just go in here. Okay. So,
varieties.
So I'm gonna do wheat cents again because it's a good, and I kind of do a lot of wheat cents anyway. So, but as you can see,
ooh, buddy,
they put all the varieties on here. You could go in here and you can click here, and then it'll give you more information and more photos about the variety. Pretty cool.
And it also gives you cross references.
Yeah,
too.
Yes. And then you can go in here and you can check like the consensus about how many they have of each. That didn't work, but whatever. Okay, I'm gonna go back.
So Adam, is there also an app for this?
No, actually. I have not found an app for this. So I don't know. I don't know if NGC just doesn't want to mess with it or what. But I just pull this up on my phone. I just search NGC Variety Plus, and then it just gives you this screen, and it's really user friendly. You really don't even need an app for it, to be honest.
Well, maybe that's why there's no app.
Oh my God! Look at that S over horizontal S.
I know, right?
But here's the cool part. So we're gonna get down here to where. As you can see, you see this VP002. This is a variety that only NGC and probably Annex are going to recognize.
Ooh.
PCGS is not going to recognize this. This is a Variety Plus designation 002. It's RPM 5 from Seneca.
That's the VP.
Yes.
Sense.
And so they do all kinds of varieties that PCGS doesn't do, like this 25S. It's really cool. I mean, I'm surprised that this is not a cherry picker variety. This is not a cherry picker variety. But look at that. Look at the strength on that S. That's really nice.
It's got a fish hook.
So I mean, and they do all kinds like 34D. Got one there. Got a bunch of different DDOs that they do too. Let's see here.
I have to look at that because I've got a 38.
Very cool. So
Lots of different RPMs, DDOs. They do a lot of. We're gonna go back up here. Go back here.
Yeah.
We're gonna do. Actually, I'm gonna do Standing Liberty. So they'll do your cherry picker listed varieties, so your FS 801. You know, here's the 18/7, and then they look at this. They got this teardrop variety here. Okay, so these are VP listed coins. So this is something that PCGS doesn't recognize, but NGC does.
Because it's a chip.
Because it's a die chip. Yeah.
Because it's a die chip. But here's the thing. As you can see, they don't recognize the Clash D varieties that PCGS recognizes. So that's one thing you got to look at. You got to think, hey, which grading company is going to recognize this versus which one's not? Because you don't want to.
That I don't get.
Would you two just get it together already?
Why they don't?
Just like make up, kiss, you know, whatever you have to do here.
And then like Shay was talking about, so let's go in here. Jefferson nickel proof.
QDO.
And here's your you got a recut ribbon. Here's the 52.
The Q.
The Q.
Q.
So here's your recut ribbon. Here's one of them. This one I cherry picked one of these at the show in Oklahoma. But very, very cool recuts. And then according to the cherry picker guide, they're unique. But I've been finding quite a bit of them, so I don't know. Maybe just people aren't.
There's some on the more nickels too.
Yes. But as you can see, NGC is very user friendly for this aspect too. And I pulled this up at the show. So when I showed Shannon this, and Shannon really loved it, how I could sit at a table and I pull a red box out and I would look through it and I would just pull up NGC Variety Plus. And if I'm looking through pennies, Lincoln cents, I'll pull up my Lincoln cents and then I'll just kind of go around and I'll say, what varieties am I looking for? And I'll kind of do an overview and then I'll go through and I'll see if I have them. And then, I mean, I was cherry picking right and left, and Shannon's like, God, Adam, you know, what are you doing? That was crazy.
It's a very good
one. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that for sure.
So when you're, I'll try to maybe share some cherry picking secrets at some point. But that's one of the best ways to cherry pick varieties at a show is to have that app, that NGC or PCGS, but I think NGC is more user friendly for the varieties because it lists them and you can just scroll down and look. And you could.
So, Adam, have you ever come into contact with a dealer that frowned upon you pulling your phone out?
Yes, I have. I've had a couple of them, and one of them actually. This is how bad it was. He goes, "Oh, are you looking for varieties? I look for varieties. There shouldn't be anything in there." I found a couple that were Variety Plus listed varieties from NGC. He wanted to charge me double for each coin that I was trying to buy, and I essentially told him to kiss my A. And so because the way I see it, if you're too lazy to look for them yourself, then don't be mad at somebody else's finding it. That's the way I see it.
Ask the dealers when you go up to their table if it's okay. How do you handle that? You just wait for them to tell you, "Hey, what are you doing?"
I don't really let them know that I'm looking at it. I don't pull it up on the table. I don't. It's in my lap. It's on my knee or my leg, and I'll just be looking that way.
I've had people, I've had dealers ask me not to. And so at every show that I see the same dealer at every show. And you know what I do? I walk up to his table and I go, hey. And I walk to the next table and I look at their coins and buy their coins.
Yeah. I think it's utterly ridiculous. I don't understand. Here's the thing. I put it in my lap, and if they see it, oh, well. Go ahead and say something to me, and then I'm just going to walk away from your table.
I try not to put it in my lap. That's some
Where do you
dealers,
put it?
I put it on the table in front. Oh, I put my phone on my lap. Is that what you're talking about? Okay.
Yeah.
Never put.
And I have the NGC Variety Plus on my phone, and I'm like looking through it.
Yeah, I have a clipboard.
But here's the thing: I'm really gotten really good at looking for cherry picker varieties. I don't even need it anymore. I can find them myself without using that. But that's really the idea thing to do, is to not have to use it, but to have it as a resource if you need to check something.
Yeah. Do you guys want me to show some of the other variety sites?
Sure.
Please do.
You want to answer a few questions first, and then I can show them? I'll set it up.
Yeah, let's answer a few questions first. I know that Red asked if PCGS graded error coins. Yes, they do.
$65.
Not all of them, but so a lot of the grading companies, in fact, I don't think any of the grading companies will designate minor die chips. Annex might. I don't know, but it's not. Those aren't worth getting graded anyway. But
no, I mean I've seen NGC do like minor
die break,
chip,
minor error. Yeah.
So my other self had asked if there's any tips on how to identify planchet metal components. Like if it's bronze, you will see something specific.
Color.
Weight is usually one of the best, but
some are more dense.
You're not going to have your scale there to show probably. Let me weigh this thing.
Sound test in some cases, like silver or whatever.
Yeah, if it's silver or clad.
Woody,
yeah.
And you'll see nice wobbly streaks across your coin. That's bronze.
Beautiful. Happy for customers if they cherry pick me an auctioneer show. I got what I was asking for the coin. Yep. Awesome, Michael.
I always say, hey, you got me.
So Michael Kittle, Rare Coins, you guys, in case you haven't noticed, is a dealer of coins. Of coins. Very smart, and if he answers your questions in the chat, 99.999% of the time, he's probably right. And that's the last time I'm going to say anything nice about him.
Yeah, right.
That's not nice.
That's not nice.
How dare you?
Did somebody say something not nice?
And Michael Kittle's right. I don't beat up the dealer. I usually will go ahead and pay, whatever he asks for it. I don't, like the guy Shannon knew, what was his name? The dealer? From Arkansas?
Yeah. What's his name?
Anyway, he was an older guy. He didn't care that we would look for varieties. And I didn't beat him up over the price, So.
Right. Because basically,
sometimes you get a free variety, 25 cents, they make it for free.
Oh, yeah. I know who that was.
But a lot of times, like what he was doing was, he's got his own little code, and they'll look on the back of the flip, and they know how much they paid for it or whatever, and they're just trying to make their profit off of it. And whether or not that coin is going to turn out to be 5 times what they think it is, that's not necessarily what they're concerned about. It's just making the profit that they chose to make. So Ruby Red asked, if a quarter looks warped but there's no damage to the surface of the coin like scratches, could it be a die clash on both sides of a well-struck coin? I think
So typically if a coin is warped, it's damage. Because
That's heated or something.
yeah, unless it's like struck outside of the collar, you can get a little bit of cupping. But warping like this is typically damage.
Maybe in a house fire or something, maybe?
Yeah, it could be from a fire.
Or vice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Vice,
Yeah.
I know what happens.
but, but it's not going to be from a die clash, because a die clash is will show up on the dies. It will be on the die that strikes the planchet. So the actual coin itself will have the die clash on it, but that die clash comes from the die itself. So that's not going to make the planchet warp.
Right.
Does that make sense?
We got one more, and then we can let Shay go. Indigon Demon said, would any of you submit a toner, Lower Mint State coin, example, non-key silver Washington quarter, just for the true view? The toning is amazing, but the coin shows some heavyish contact marks.
Here's kind of the thing with that. If you're wanting to keep it for yourself and you want really good photos, then I personally, and the toning is, you think, authentic and it's not artificial, then yes, I would go ahead and send it, but I would send it with a bunch of other stuff, so that way at least you can maximize the money, that you're not paying shipping for one coin and all that. But if it's been artificially toned, don't send it, because they're just going to send you a details label with it saying that it's artificially toned or recolored or questionable color is the favorite one.
Practice taking pictures and learn how to take pictures yourself, though.
If you can do really good photos yourself, then that's the ideal way to do it. But
yeah, you should be able to do that. That's really hard. Taking good pictures
color is tough.
Is really hard and takes practice.
Ridiculously tough.
But if you ever want to sell your coins or anything like that, you have to be able to take good photographs.
For sure. Speaking of that, Shay, did you ever get your box done that you were going to take photos?
Yes.
Remember that?
That thing back there?
Yeah.
It's my
super
secret project. Yeah, to be revealed at another day.
I know.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Let me show some of these pages. Let's see. Share screen. We'll start with one of my favorites is Variety Vista. This is Dr. Wile's site. Let me blow this up a little bit. So this site has some really amazing things that you might not find in other places. First off, he organizes them. He calls them ebooks, but they're just different little pages that you can go into. And I got to mention that the store. The store is kind of cool because he does offer things for sale. But if you go in, so we were looking for Lincoln Memorial Cent double dies. So you can just go in here and go to the DDO listings and then search by year. And here's our 1972. And again, he puts the cherry pickers number right underneath as well. I don't know if he has every cherry pickers variety, but he does have the the majority of them. I know they're listed there. So you can click on this and go in and see a number of nice close-ups. And so then he also cross-reference and talks about whether they're re-engraved or not re-engraved. And he gives you the pickup. I
want one of those.
Right, and then you can search down at the bottom. He'll put here are the markers in the different stages of the die's life. And so, there's a die scratch in a certain place, or a die gouge, or a small chip, or different markers that they'll have for each stage. All right, and so it's nice because when you load this up and you're looking for 1972D varieties, like this one, I'm going to say, this one's easy. But let's go to number 2. Okay, so number 2, you can see that this one is it's pretty dramatic, but the doubling's to the right. And then if you go to 3, the doubling's on the left. And so there's 3, 5, and 8 are all to the left. The others are to the right. And so it's hard to remember that. But if you come to this site and quickly go through that, and that's what I like about Variety Vistas, because he has them all lined up like that, and you can go through the entire set of varieties. The other really amazing thing that they have here is design varieties and mint mark styles.
Yep.
So if you go to mint mark styles, you can see all the mint marks for all the years, and you can go in here and start comparing. Really? Okay. So here's the D that was used on all these years, right? And it will go down, and you can see the different shapes. And as you go through these over the years, you'll discover the different ones that are repeated in odd years. And so I don't know. That's great. The thing that let's see, Adam and I were talking about earlier. We were talking about like the re-engraved versions on the Franklin $50. Well, if you go in here and look at design varieties and go to the obverse, you'll see that he lists red re-engraved design. And so once you click in here, and now you can check all the re-engraved Franklins and the close-up pictures of the nose and the hair and where those pickup points are. And then there's quite a few of them that aren't really showing on the main page. But look, he's got red 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 6, and 7, right? All different ones. There's the bell re-engraved.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know that one.
Yeah. And so that's what I like Variety Vista for. My next favorite, of course, is going to be Wexler. You can go and he had. And I'm not going to go over. Variety Vista also has RPMs. So you'll see down here. Here's Lincoln Wheat Cent RPMs. He has them separately listed in a different book. So there's double dies for Jefferson Nichols and RPMs. Now let me get back to Wexler. So Wexler, you want to focus on double die listings and RPM listings. These are the two magic areas, right? And then you can see that he has all the different coins lined up. And if you wanted to look at memorial cents, you could. And you can go down and we'll pick on 1972 again.
Because right.
And now
keep in mind, he is still working on some of his stuff, so it might not be complete. Or I know some of the RPMs for the wheat cents and memorial cents, he has somebody working on those for him.
Right.
So they might not be up here yet.
So here's the thing. As you get more advanced, you'll understand what he's saying here. He's saying short parallel die scratches extend northeast from the rim to the left of the upper L in Liberty. And then he gives all the obverse die markers and the reverse die markers that you could look for. And then a lot of times he'll also have pictures of those so that you can really kind of find and locate the markers that you have on your coin. And then we'll get down to some of the markers. You can see there's a bit of a die crack. There's some abrasion, die abrasion there. There's a little die marker. There's one right there. All right. And so he has these extensive listings for different stages because you may not see that one die crack. But if you look down in obverse stage B or C or D, then all of a sudden you realize, oh, well, that's it. And things have been known like RPMs. Some RPMs disappear over the life of the die, and you can barely see it. but you can pick up all the separate markers and the shape and the location of the mint mark to tell that is the variety.
Yeah, but PCGS won't slab it.
Yeah. Good luck getting it slabbed.
Good luck getting it.
On which one? FS 105?
Yeah.
That one. I've had problems myself, so.
So the other beautiful thing about Wexler's site is that he really goes into all the worthless design varieties, and most of you that have sent me email with MD in it, I send you to this link so that you can look at it. He's got oh wait, hold on. Worthless doubling. Here we go. That's it. And you can see mechanical doubling, and he's got pictures. You know, there's the MD right there. Versus real doubling where the design is doubled and there's notches. There's more notches. Here's the real one. Here's the MD
thing on how dies are made.
Yeah. Here's a real 69S versus an MD 69S.
With the mint mark.
Which amazingly enough will still
right.
It's perfect.
Still does, yes.
Oh my
What?
God.
How much did that one Sean said? I can't remember. It was like over $100 or something the other day. I can't remember.
And we get at least a couple, 2 or 3 every week of somebody finding the big one, right? And it's this one, so or variations thereof. So anyway, Wexler is a great site for you just to read a page every day or something, and you don't believe me. He talks about our over mint marks, repunch dates, over dates, UFOs. I mean, he's got so much stuff in here, and he's got coins for sale too. Good prices. So
yeah, good.
Now his partner site for nickels, because he doesn't do nickels. You go to Brian's Variety Coins, and it amazes me because most people don't know this, but at the top you have listings. And if you want to go look at 1938 to present, now you have a nice list of all the years. So if you wanted to go to the, let's see, what's a good year for nickel double dies? I think probably 60,
43P.
I was going to say 43.
All right. So again, you have a whole bunch of listings with nice pictures that you can click into, and they're really big. All right. And you can scroll down, and you have to scroll down to look, and then eventually you'll see WDDO, which is the obverse turned into the reverse, WDDR. You notice that they all have Wexler numbers, right? W for Wexler. And so Brian Rebar is managing the all the nickels. Jefferson nickels.
I've got many from him.
Another great site, if you haven't been there, is coppercoins.com. And the way you do this one is you go into this die variety search right here. And then you have to enter, you can enter a single year, or you can enter a range. So let's just say 1972. We're going to look at Philadelphia, double die, obverse, and skip all the rest of the stuff and just submit. All right, and there you go. You get a nice picture, and then he'll have early die state, mid die state, and late die state, and you can click on these and get more pictures. And man, I got to say, Chuck takes some great pictures, right? And and he works with folks that take great pictures too. So anyway, and he often tries to keep the prices on these as well. I still struggle with that because I like to go look at the most current prices for things selling on eBay.
Yeah.
But at least
his aren't updated though.
Yeah, it's a reference, a rough estimate.
It's a ballpark.
So and then we
use GreatCollections for my values usually.
GreatCollections, yeah.
Yeah.
So Cuds on Coins is a great site for Cuds on U.S. coins and pre-Cuds and shattered dies, retainers, die breaks.
For the most part.
What's that?
For the most part.
For the most part. And here's Blue Ridges.
Yep.
Hubba. Have that.
It's not a stain. Are you sure?
It's not a stain. Oh my God.
It's been a while.
You guys cannot believe how many fake eBay listings there are of
Yeah.
scratched coins.
Or maybe you
People
can't.
have taken and scratched a coin to make it look like that. There's one on there that's a stain. And they've taken the terminology from Sean's eBay listing, directly from his eBay listing,
Right.
and pasted it into the description of their listing, and it's like not even close.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think I've
They'll even use
reported
a
like
Denver coin. They even used the
and
Denver.
a one with it, and not even a crack on it. Oh my God! I think I've reported like 10 of them in the last week.
So we also have madddieclashes.com, right? Also by Jason Coulet and Mike Diamond.
Error ref.
Error ref. Franklin Lovers.
Oh, I love this one. It's my
Right.
favorite.
And so you can go into their variety guide and look at their Bugs Bunny if you're Adam, and look at their 1955 die one. Let's take a look.
Oh, it's hiding in the
There
store.
he is, right?
That vampire teeth.
And all of these sites are on our website.
Oh yeah, we have links to them all.
We
There's,
have yes, we have a website.
It's all there.
This Double Dimes has a number of varieties for the 20-cent pieces that you can look at.
Oh, cool. I didn't know this one.
You can click to enter their web book, and they do die. They really get into the die, the different die pairings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Really good. And then the Ike group, of course, makes you click on this ridiculous thing here. Say
That
Ike
thing
group.
hasn't been. I don't know the last time they updated that site.
So
Wow.
I'm not going to go any further than this, so I don't get in trouble. But they have varieties listed, and then of course Vam World. If you're into Morgans
Very,
and
very good
dollars,
website. Vam World is excellent.
and you can search their top 100. I always use the VAMs by date.
Yeah.
Right.
By date 1894 and now you can see all the different VAMs and click on them, and we'll make. I clicked on the one private listing. So there's
and some of these have been either they realized, hey, this is a duplicate, so sometimes they'll remove them, or they'll update it and they'll add it to another listing, possibly.
I would not want that job.
Yeah. And then there's other great things that you guys can find. You can find PDFs for sale for Billy Crawford. So when you see the numbers like CDO 001, that would be a Crawford variety. And CDDO, CDDR, CRPM, Overmint Mark, right? And so that's what, and he's got a ton in there. Right, he's got nice arrows and little file cards for each one, and that's really a great guide. And of course, here's a Kindle version. I'll just launch it real quick. Hopefully,
there's a link to our website, to our informational sites on our website. You guys, make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up.
So here's Strike It Rich. I need to get the new one. But you can go in here and look at some of Kim Potter's stuff, where he goes through each of the different coins and talks about the different varieties that you can find. This is a great reference to have. But you gotta build up all your references. It's really important.
Yeah.
Buy the book, know the page.
Yeah, I'm gonna be giving Shay a list of books too, and we're going to update that on our site so that we'll have a list of of books that we recommend for you guys. This one won't be on there. This book will not be on our recommended reading list.
But no, that one you mean?
Not on our recommended reading list. Don't buy this book.
This one
or
is
any of the other 12 versions ever.
Even though this guy didn't, he had a
You're the sicko.
quite a shady background. He this is a book where you could get all sorts of information that you can't find anywhere else.
Hey, little boy, you want to come look at my
So-
coin?
So guys, I just figured something out here with our chat. You know how we're trying to keep up with the questions? You just have
Yeah.
to put a star. You just click the star, and then it puts a star. It says "starred" up at the top, and then you could just go to the questions. Did you see?
What?
Did you see that? Look up in the right corner of each comment, and you see the star in the chat. Do you see it?
Star one.
No, but you have to be
No.
logged in as the.
I never.
Well, I'm logged in. Yeah. Are you guys
On
not
what?
logged in?
I'm logged in on mine, so. I
It's
don't
on
see-
the streamer.
On StreamYard, on the YouTube.
Oh.
If you go to the comments,
Oh, I don't.
the
Oh.
chat,
Oh,
There's
cool.
live. There's
and you
comments.
see the star, and you could click it, and it'll put it up at the top for you, so that you can keep track of your questions. So you don't have to put them in the private chat.
Where
Like you
does
were
it put it?
Flavor.
Maybe if someone taught me how to do that, that would be cool.
Where does it put it?
It says at the top, you see it says live, and then it says starred.
Oh,
There's
starred.
one.
Oh,
See?
shut the front door.
What about the back?
Or the
No, I
back
think
door.
that's pretty cool. I didn't realize that until just now. I was like,
Okay, well, I'm gonna share the screen and show people what you're talking about.
oh, okay.
What you talking about, Willis?
So over here is what he's talking about. So if you go to live comments click the live comments over here, and you click, let's see, let me find a question. I'm going to rewatch the stream. We'll put John Pierce up there.
Oh,
Put a star. So I starred John Pierce's comment, and you go
And
up
then it's
here.
up here on the top.
Look at that.
da, da, da.
Nice.
And then you
Who'da
can
thought?
online.
How'd you figure that one out, Adam?
I don't know. I was just poking around and saw it.
Why doesn't anyone ever RTFM?
What's RTFM?
Read the effing manual.
Read the effing mail. That's what I'm gonna start putting in our chat. RTFM, guys. RTFM.
See, you guys got to know something about me. I am the guy that reads the manual before I start the change.
Yeah.
All right?
He writes the manuals. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I write the manuals. I do have unpublished.
He writes the manuals.
So
True.
All that stuff
I
that
wanted
nobody
to
ever looks at.
answer a question from Joe McBride.
Jacob.
So he asked, "How can you explain
Yeah.
to my other self plate coins from copper coins?" So plate coins that's copper coins. Chuck Daughtry's way of updating his. So he'll update the photos of some of the varieties that he finds, or because he does roll reveals, and sometimes he'll update them, and then you'll get a plate coin, and he'll send you your coin that is now going to be on the Copper Coins website, and that you can actually send that to Annex, and he'll sign the flip, and then you can send that to Annex, and they will attribute that on the slab, and it'll say plate coin. Sometimes you can do new discoveries too, because if it's a new discovery like through Wexler or Variety Vista, you send those into Annex. The Annex is the only one that's going to recognize them unless it's a cherry picker listed variety. And then you can have your name put on the label from the Annex slab, and then that's kind of your own collection of your own varieties. But that's kind of what Joe's talking about with plate coin. Plate coin is essentially an updated photo of the variety because it's a better photo than the one he had. If that makes sense.
Starts a pedigree of the coin too.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah,
Neat.
sometimes he'll sell his plate coin too.
Yep. I've actually sold a couple of mine.
I still got all mine.
How do you get rid of the starred? Do you just take the star off?
I think he just unstart.
I
Start
unstarted.
it.
No.
It's
Did it
mad.
like it?
Well, there's 3 in the private chat that I put in there while we were talking.
Oh,
Wait, what?
Underneath the line.
Aha.
So the first
vinyl gloves.
Indeed.
What are vinyl gloves? Are those like
Like kitchen gloves.
like Dove, like palm olive gloves?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
But,
looking.
Yeah, don't use those.
you can buy cotton gloves.
We'll drop the coins.
$8 for like 50 of them.
I don't.
I
like
would
those.
invest in these. I'll use one of these for like 3 or 4 boxes of $50, and then I'll pitch them.
Spreading the
box.
dirt from coin, spreading the dirt around that's on the glove to the coins, but whatever.
Yeah, you
One
don't.
half-hour show.
And then you still want to hold the coin by the edge. All right, you don't want to. This is still cloth, and moving cloth across a coin will put fine hairline scratches across that coin. So even patting the coin can do that. Your coin is cleaned once you do that,
Yes.
and you've lost your numismatic value. Okay, is that clear to everyone? Should I clean my coins? No.
How about this method? Does this work?
Yeah. No. Yeah, don't send us pictures with your greasy thumbs holding the face of the coin.
So she's saying, do you use nitrate glove? Yes. So
Nitrile. I use
the
these,
nitrile type gloves, medical gloves, yes.
but
Powder
the
free.
large the large on these are way too big for me, and the small are way too small because I have skinny, long fingers. So I cut the fingers off, and I don't know where my
Oh,
I
that's
just
it.
cut them off,
Lord, that was
and I
fine.
just
TV
use
method.
I use them like finger condoms.
Yep. And here's what your gloves look like after a box.
So I actually probably should have put but I just
That's after a half-hour show.
just the tip, right at the tip.
Yep.
And I try to avoid the ones that have powder.
And then she steps in next door for medical examinations.
I do. I moonlight.
I try not
Moonlight
to say anything.
with the proctologist.
Annex will recognize cuts on coins too.
Yes.
They'll do it as like a new discovery, right? But you have
As long as if it's updated, I think. As long as he'll
I
send
got the
you a
gloves
letter
on. I
saying
got the gloves on.
plate coin, then Annex will recognize it. But
right, you have to send them a copy of that letter that he sends you saying this is it's either a new discovery or it's a plate coin or whatever.
Yeah, if you don't have gloves on, hold the coin like this.
Always.
Even if you do.
No baby white.
No. Why if you do?
Just because they're soft on the bottom doesn't mean they're soft on coins.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Plus, you've got
if-
chemicals and
Oh.
icky stuff.
I have known people to use this on the Ikes, but if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it.
No.
So,
No. Cleaned.
Clean.
They just dump chlorine bleach right on top of them.
Look,
If
let
you- if you're
somebody
that
else.
I did too. I agree, Michael. I agree. That's why I said, and just move the dirt, spread the dirt from one.
Yeah, spread the dirt
down
around, leave the
coin.
clean spot. Just let someone else do that to the coin. You don't lose the value of the coin.
send it to Annex. It's like, I don't know what, $20 or something to have them do the
Never
cleaning
use
or whatever.
I
Restoration.
mean,
anything.
it's like if
You
your
have- Go ahead.
coin came out of the ground, you see the coin
Rub
guys, they
it
rinse it
away.
underwater and rub it between their fingers. It's now a clean coin. But it came from the ground. It's probably not in great condition anyway. So
Conservation is $39 through Annex.
Yeah. So here's the deal. You got organic materials on those coins. Whatever that booger or doo-doo or caca or whatever's on that coin is an organic material. Any chemical that you put on that coin, even if it's a baby white, unless you're a chemist and can identify exactly what that organic material is, and you know exactly what that chemical reaction is going to be between that chemical, the organic material, and the base metal, then you better not do it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Don't do it.
There could be something on the surface of that coin that you didn't expect, and next thing you know, you mix things, and now you have a big black spot.
And you take like a super
have vapor.
softest heaven booty soft baby butt soft wipe, and you just go, well, I'm just gonna give it a little. Well, you've just taken the dirt that's over here on that coin and you moved it over here on that coin, and you scratch the crap out of it.
Next time you find, if you're a coin roll hunter, and the next time you find a proof, just take a cotton swab and rub it across the surface of that proof. It's already impaired. It's in circulation. So just try different things on that impaired proof, and then you can just pitch it back. No, nothing lost, right? But wait until you find a proof in your coin roll hunting that's free, and then just use different things, and you'll see even a cotton swab, a little fine drag of a cotton swab will cause a streak, and it's forever there. And all you need is a guy like me with a loop looking at that coin going like this to see the light reflect off those little fine lines to say, oh no, I'm not gonna buy your clean coin.
Yeah, that's a good point, Shannon. Nitro glove. Yeah, don't get any gloves with any powder on them though, ever. Powder bad.
Yeah.
Powder bad. Cotton gloves are great if you're using them for brand new BU coins that never been touched. You just saw how filthy dirty his gloves were.
Or if you're rotating slabs and showing them on your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
When I'm going through the penny boxes, I'll use one for a while.
Yeah,
but I'm also picking up every one of them by the edge. I'm not actually, because if you don't know, I got fat fingers. If I try to pick up a coin without a glove, my little fat fingers go over the edge and leave a little fingerprint on the edge of the coin.
Fingerprints are forever.
And so that's why I use gloves, because that's not going to happen. So
fingerprints are forever.
I've got the long guitar player fingers.
Yeah.
You make those little like those moon shaped marks. I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah. I hate those when you see them.
We're pretty much saying don't clean coins, Sonia. Yeah.
Another
first
topic.
thing you wash off is any numismatic value. That's the first thing you're going to wash off a coin.
I got a great question in the email this week, and it was she basically had a die crack through different places on the coin. And she's like, well, how do I label this? And I think we could probably spend the next show talking about labeling your coins. Yeah, let's do that. We'll save that topic for another weekend or another
organization. That is definitely a show.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of goes along the lines of, I've wanted for a long time to start a series on like acronyms and abbreviations, teaching people what certain things mean. But that error ref, if you like error coins, not varieties, error coins, go to error ref. It's on error ref, error dash ref. Anyway, it's on our informational sites on our website. Like Shay said about Wexler, do the same thing with that website. Pick a few things, just read about them. Do that like daily. There is a lot of information on there, but it'll help you to understand what certain things are. Another great thing for you guys is we have a Facebook group. And it's a great way to just sit back and read other people's questions and see other people's posts and the answers that they get. It's a great way for you to learn what certain things are. Even if you never want to post on there or ask a question on there, just go through and look at what other people are posting and learn from other people's questions. It's a great resource. So,
Absolutely.
and we run a really tight ship on our Facebook group. We watch how other people are answering. We don't let people give like a bunch of, incorrect information and stuff. We have some really great people in our group that help us out too. So,
And when joining, make sure you answer all the questions correctly.
yeah, that's right. Answer all the questions and agree to the rules.
I've had to decline a couple double dies recently.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, we had always intended that the live coin or the Coin QA Facebook page be a place for people that are ready to learn more about the hobby, and they've started to research things themselves, and they know some of the basics, right, and enough to be able to answer the question: the difference is it a double die or not, right?
It's too old.
And so it's not really. It wasn't originally intended to be an all beginner, like you've never seen a coin. What's in my pocket? Here's my pocket change. Do I have something? And where can I put it to get my money? It was more of, a person may have read an article about a certain error on Error Rough, and they wanted to get some clarity about their coin that they think might be a match. Or, hey, I've gone through the trouble of reading Wexler's site on this coin, and I think it's WDDO 17. Can you guys take a look and confirm? And we might ask you for some more marker picks, some up close things, and it really, that's the kind of stuff we really want to answer. But we do get a lot of the I've got a 1969S. Where's my $1 million, please? And so just keep in mind that as you work with us, the more that you guys spend learning, the more we'll recognize it and help you and help you learn more, because that's what we're here for. We're not here to just give you an answer.
And we really do want you to find good stuff.
That's right.
We really, really, really do. Our goal for you and everybody, who comes after you is to make it so that you can just come in and maybe answer questions, help us out in the chat, or help other people out, and you don't have to ask us questions anymore. That's our goal.
Well, we want you guys to be up here on the panel.
Yeah. We want you to be able to go out and help other people and give other people good information, accurate information, because we are fighting what feels like to us sometimes a no-win battle against the evils of the bad information, the evils of the So there's more bad information out there than there is good. So it's it's a struggle.
It may not always be the answer you want to hear, but
9 times out of 10, it ain't gonna be the answer you want.
Yeah.
We still got a couple of questions.
Let's do it.
Patrius, I hope I pronounced that right, said, I've got a couple of rolls of 39 Jefferson nickels, and I'm finding it hard to tell
Right,
which
Cindy?
reverse is which when the grade is lower on the lower end. Any suggestions, basically?
Brother, I'm right there with you.
It's a tough one.
I do copper, although nickels are mostly copper.
So is there a good place to look at that?
Well, the big tell is going to be the steps, right? And if it's worn, so let's do this. Let's go to
probably Brian's site, right?
He might have something on it, but I was gonna just go to.
I think Variety Vista has.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go to.
Variety on there, because I think I looked it up on
do
there.
This. So we're looking at 39 nickels, right?
Yep.
We want to go to here. I'm going to go to Design Varieties. reverse. So this is the normal, right? Or is it, yeah, this is, so what they're looking at, he has 39. So you want to be able to tell if it's the RDV1 or RDV2, is that right?
Yeah.
Reverse of
there
39.
is, let's see, 38S, what is that?
It gets messy.
Yeah. There's really nothing good.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be like really like stronger in the
well, so we know that, see the very end, right? The end pillars, I guess, or steps, that's called the end step right here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty strong and well defined. Where this is, it just kind of fades into that.
It just kind of phones it in.
Yeah, I think that is the biggest tell right there.
But unfortunately, if they're worn and you can't tell very well, I don't know. We need Jeff's opinion on that.
Well, I think that, do you have your Flynn book? Let's see. Indian, Barbara Dimes.
I thought that the cherry picker had something in it, but I've got.
And I got bookshelf envy.
Yeah, here's my Flynn book.
I don't think I have the nickel Flynn. I think that we've talked about that before. Yeah.
So the amazing thing about these Flynn books are that they give you even more secrets that nobody knows about each coin series. So if you ever think about it, like, hey, I like that series, then go get the Best of by Flynn or Best of by Wexler, and then you'll learn a whole lot.
I forgot I had.
And by the way, every Wexler book comes with how the minting process works and outlines all the classes of double dies. So let's see. Did anybody check Brian Rebar's site?
Did not check it.
A discussion of 39s.
Hang on, let me do that. Brian's right.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
I don't have a bookmark. Oops.
And so that's
it's not letting me do
that's
anything.
another thing about all of us is that we don't know all the answers, but we often have a reference or know somebody that we can contact, right?
Variety coins. Brian's Variety coins. Let's see. So Roosevelt, where would it be? Double die listings? No. Attributions? No. Yeah, he doesn't have. It doesn't look like he has anything. He's got the double die listings. Full step nickels. So let's look at.
Looks like no.
I'm going to go to Coinfacts. Which one is it that everybody wants? Is it the 39 reverse of 38, or either one, or is it 40 reverse? One of them's a cherry. Are they cherry pickers varieties?
Hang on, and I'll tell you.
38. No, I don't want 38.
Well, there's the reverse of 38, which is a 40.
Here. It's in PCGS Coinfacts.
Oh, there you go.
39 reverse of 38.
Booyah.
So up here, they've got the reverse comparison pictures. It's going to take forever and a day to load here. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Whoops.
Much bolder.
Note, enhanced definitions of steps on reverse of 1940. So this is the reverse of 38 right there. That's the reverse of 40.
All right.
So big difference.
It's more defined.
Yeah, big difference. Even Monticello, everything inside Monticello is more defined. This is very mushy. Very mushy details on 38.
Let's see, the more references you have, the better off you are.
So
Yeah, the nickels are those nickels can be kind of tough to, especially tell if you have full steps, especially like the 38 and the. It's just really hard to tell.
yeah, see, so you can see how this is a 39 with a reverse of 38, so it's got the real mushy details. Mushy.
She.
A little probably on that one too.
Let's see the 39 reverse of 40. And
Awesome, Sonia.
Hey, Paul.
What the hell?
what?
Oh my!
What? Who?
Oh, Paul Hampton.
Oh, yeah. So there you go. Super crisp and yeah.
Crisp and clean and no caffeine.
Yeah, even inside Monticello is more defined. So there you go. Hope that helped.
Hope that helps.
Yeah.
All right, so last question that I had listed here was from Ant.
Hey, Gina R.
Does anyone know if the 1971S ODV 27 has an anomaly at the top of the first one in the date? Something like the Class 6 Lincoln Sense from the 60s with the extra top of the L. For example, 1961 P1DO 003.
That 71S is driving Ant nuts.
Bananas.
It's driving him nuts.
The
And
71S Lincoln Cent?
yeah, he's looking at the
Yes.
obverse design variety.
Okay. ODV 27.
That thing has been driving him crazy.
That's it.
Look what I found. I didn't know I had two.
I can check my database, Ant, and see if I have any more.
Yeah.
Let me check my database.
I didn't know I had two of these.
Well, what kind of anomaly?
Use what?
Just a.
Um,
I think it was is it the tie?
an extra piece on top of the L.
Oh, he said you helped me identify those
Yeah.
71 ODVs. Thank you. Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay. You're welcome.
We're better than we thought.
Oh, the
Chinese secret, huh?
the pointy or blunt bow tie, the re-engraved
Yeah.
bow tie.
The
Yeah.
tie.
That one. Let me pop this out here.
Tie. Well, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
Oh,
I hope you guys learned a ton,
I did.
or at least one thing. At least one thing.
Yeah.
And thank you to our super chatters. Thank you so much. Thank you to
Super
everybody
chat.
for picking us
That would be
out of
crispy.
everybody else that's streaming tonight to hang out with. We appreciate you so much. We can't do this without you, so you mean a lot to us. And we won't be back next Monday because it's 4th of July. See, I'm wearing my 4th of July.
We are taking that day off. That's for
Wearing
sure.
my blinga blingies for you guys for 4th of July. We are taking next Monday off because we're going to be lighting off explosives.
Yes.
Blowing our fingers off.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Thanks, Michael Kittle. That means a lot. Thank you.
Can you say Tannerite?
So we appreciate it very much, you guys. And if you think of more questions, we do this stream at the end of every month. So write your questions down. You can submit them to us in our email ahead of time. Just let us know that you have a question that you want us to go over on our end of the month stream. That'd be awesome. Please, again, consider joining the ANA and Coneca. Just do it for a year. And if you decide that you don't like it or, it isn't helpful to you, then you don't have to renew, but give them a chance. They're great groups. And you saw, the Variety Vista that we use, they're actually getting away from that now and going more to Coneca. So what?
Nice, Mariah.
What are you laughing at over there? Trouble.
Oh, I was looking at Maria's comments.
Oh, Amanda, slap him. Slap him, Amanda.
Mariah's comments. God, I can't even say her name right. Sorry, Mariah.
Mariah Dane. That's a great name.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, everybody. Have a fantastic week. And have a very, very happy and safe and patriotic Independence Day. Remember what it's about, love of country. So, yeah, fly that flag proud, man. Go USA.
Buddy.
All right.
USA.
Thank you all for being here and sticking it out with us. That was almost
Jerry.
2 hours.
Make sure you're subscribed. Bye.